Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I do not want to go to Cheryl in HR.
Dave!
And we learned a while back not to have microphones on during commercial breaks because of James Alexander standing right there. James, working the floor.
Big Daddy
Are
James.
you ready for the word of the day?
Ready.
I made it smaller. It was super large. I had to talk to Andrea about it. Incitum. A sharp point or stimulus. I have incitum when I go to the bathroom.
I'm not sure that's the proper use of that word in that
So
sentence.
kids, I do not want you to.
Don't Google that.
Please
Google
don't.
that.
I'm going to get us out of this. So is Matt Doolittle to my right. What's up, Matty?
You know, to make this better, everybody should go to dailyflashshow.com
Yes.
so you can see some of the appropriate things James posts
There
on our
you go.
social media pages. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Share it with your friends and send us a comment, flash@dailyflashshow.com.
And you can see some of James's finer moments on our social
Yes.
media pages. Yes.
Microphone on and
Look,
off.
we don't want to put the bar too high when
That
we
is
say
true.
finer moment.
That is true. I'm just
But it is his how about a moment.
finer point, his
Finer point.
incitum. Yes.
Inside him.
Cite 'em.
We talk about decluttering here, right? And
Man,
organizing.
there's
Your
nothing
wife
better.
is
Yeah,
like
she's a minimalist.
Yes.
And I was in a marriage before, nothing wrong with it, but there was one where it was shabby chic was the term for our homes, which means just everything is everywhere. It's such a different feeling now.
Yes. So there's something. Have you ever heard this phrase, a Swedish death cleanse?
Never heard this before.
Okay.
never.
So in Sweden,
I'm excited about it.
you excited about it?
Whatever the hell that
In
word was.
Sweden, they do something with families as you get older and you know you're kind of in the, you know, the back nine of your life, so to speak. You decide to do what they call a Swedish death cleanse, and that means you get rid of everything in your house that you don't want to burden your family with having to clean out or deal with after you pass along. And then you also, within that, make your funeral arrangements, and you also plan on who gets what when you die. And it's a way of cleansing your entire home of stuff that you will never, ever need, and nobody in your family needs.
Did you tell me about this before? Have you ever? Is this?
Might have. We might have heard
I
about
think
this.
I remember talking about this.
Yeah.
What a great concept it is, and it's interesting as you get older. There's two ways you can go.
Yeah.
That way we're talking about. It's like, look, why am I going to need all this
Yes.
stuff? Or there's other feelings like, well, I'm getting older. I better keep these memories, and we attach a memory
Hoard.
to stuff.
Yes.
And that's where hoarders come
Yes,
from.
it's an emotional connection to stuff. And, you know, you've been to these estate sales. I always feel this huge sense of dread or guilt when I'm walking through some dead person's home and all of their stuff is out there on display,
There's junk
including
for
their
sale.
plastic tubs that they've saved from margarine that they bought 40 years ago. And I'm thinking, I wouldn't want somebody pilfering through my stuff like this.
It's not.
Well, I don't think it's care anymore.
No, but this is honestly the nicest thing you can do for your family, because when my dad passed, he just left me with a bunch of junk, like 8 VCRs. And I was like, what am I doing with these?
Right.
Like, thanks, Dad.
Now it's on you to figure out what to do with them, throw them away, donate
Sell
them.
them, whatever.
Whatnot. There's a couple organizers that say that we develop something called clutter blindness. So we become blind to the clutter that's around us. And if you do have a problem with clutter or hoarding, the best thing you can do is take a picture or a video of it,
telling you.
and then you get a fresh set of eyes on it, and it might give you a new perspective about all the stuff you're keeping.
And you usually do this when you move because you're
Yes.
like, you gotta get too much stuff. But I gotta tell you, there is something that you think that you need it. You think I need this. I need.
Or one day I might need
I
it.
might need it, and you might.
Yeah.
You might. But nowadays, it's probably something that is very inexpensive to get.
Mm-hmm.
You probably only use it once. If you've only used something once, you can do without it.
Yes.
You know, obviously, because
Yeah.
you've gone 20 years without it. But it's very therapeutic. When I got married, she's like, "Look, you just have too much stuff." And I go, all right. And I threw away some photo albums and stuff. You know, it was
Yeah.
all my stuff, like from my career and stuff like that. And I go, why do I need this?
Yeah.
Well, and she was right. It was just the act of doing it. And if you have somebody that you love and you trust, have them do it because they have no emotional attachment to this whatsoever.
Yep.
And they go, I don't think you're going to need this. And then, well, it has a phone number on it. Well, you know what? There's something called the internet. You can find it.
That is true.
There's an excuse for everything. Where to find
If you
stuff.
struggle with organizing or decluttering, they say break it down into small chunks, small pieces, rooms, drawers, whatever works for you. But there,
Because it's overwhelming. I'm
yes,
sorry.
it's totally overwhelming. Because if you think I'm going to do this in a weekend, you're never going to start. You're going to procrastinate. But they say there are 3 elements to it. You declutter, that's one step. You organize, that's the second one, and you clean, that's the third one. So there are 3 processes to go through when it comes to.
I've been trying to get rid of Matt for so long, but I just can't do it. I don't think I'm
Keep
going
coming
to,
back, buddy.
But I've been trying very hard, Maddie. It's hard, but I can't quit you.
Can't quit
That's
you either.
okay. You guys fit together.
Try. You know what?
Like PB and J.
If you don't believe what Jackson's saying, try one small aspect of your life, maybe your office, because I'm sure
A drawer.
A drawer, excellent, great idea.
It's a perfect
You'll
option.
understand it, and times that by 10, where you were like, why was I holding on to this? For
Yeah.
See, I think I overwhelmed my wife when I moved in with her because I just brought all my trinkets and my action figures and all that crap I have. She goes, "What is this?" I go, "It's a Power Ranger and it looks cool, so it's going up here."
I had lanyards. Every time I went somewhere,
Yes.
I would get a lanyard. I'd
Yeah.
keep it, and I'd think, oh, look at all these lanyards. Yeah, but guess what? I remember going there, and sometimes I don't remember going there. So if I don't remember going there and I got the lanyard, it probably wasn't that eventful. You know what I'm saying? I know you want. That's the thing, is that you think that you need this, but it was just a bunch of lanyards that had my name on it.
Yeah.
I'm
But
like,
some of the stuff we did go to that we don't remember was fun. So I do like to be like, "Oh yeah, I went to that thing."
that's when it changes from memorabilia to evidence. That's why you get.
That's what the mugshot's
That's
for.
the mugshot
Yes.
for, indeed, as well. Got some tricks we would love to hear from you,
Yes.
your ideas of what to get rid of and how to do it. You can go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and just click on Sound Off. We'd love to hear your suggestions, and we'll share it with America. Let's jump into some trending stories. Looks like TikTok's latest trend has students setting their Chromebooks on fire.
Great.
Sparking school evacuations, even safety warnings all across the country. It's known as the Chromebook Challenge. Near the end of the year, we're probably going to see more of this. The dangerous
do
stunt
it.
encourages actually kids to jam metal objects like paper clips and push pins into the charging ports of their laptops. It can cause an electrical short that can ignite into flames. Now, the Chinese video app, TikTok, claims 99% of dangerous content from October to December was removed last year, but the platform still faces criticism for how quickly those trends start to spread out. And, it's one of those things where if you are going to allow your child to do this, I'm like I said, we're at the end of the year and you got to get these Chromebooks back, the next person will probably get the brunt of what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in the school year. And now they reassign those Chromebooks or something, and they catch on fire. That's on top of the fact that the whole school could burn down.
From what I understand,
your house.
your parents are responsible
Yes,
for that.
we
So
are.
if you do that to your Chromebook, your parents will be buying the school a new Chromebook.
They
I think,
100%
right? That's what I
We have to sign
understand.
a contract.
And the other thing, we've talked about this on the show before, TikTok in China, all educational.
All it is education.
No stunts, no challenges, no ridiculous videos, nobody falling off a building, none of that. All educational stuff.
Now, I do say Chromebooks, they're not that expensive, right? That's the whole charm of those things.
They're cheap and they're made in China, so maybe that's the whole point of the thing.
Probably China wants us to
They
burn,
want
so we
you
have to
to
get
burn the
more.
blood so we buy another round of them.
So a 7-year-old kid can be out there so that you can just burn your
Don't do
computer.
it, kids.
Survival of the fittest and the finest of wall liquors are participating.
Yes. Well said, Matt. A hungry 7-year-old boy somehow drove his little sister 9 miles to get a
What?
McDonald's breakfast. Yes, when his mom found out, she said he's probably grounded for the rest of his life. I can imagine that. Police in Utah received a report about a reckless driver. The caller mentioned the driver appeared to be a young child. A white SUV finally came to a stop when it hit a parking strip. That's when officers found a 7-year-old driver and his 5-year-old sister in the passenger seat. Officials then realized that the pint-sized duo had made it 9 miles from their home with cash in hand to buy Happy Meals at their local McDonald's. Their mom, Whitney Bush, only found out her kids were missing when the police called her and told her that her kids were parked at the McDonald's.
I was saying, and I was amazed that my 13-year-old son can order DoorDash, and get it there. Now this kid drove, 7 years old, half his age, drove
Props.
to McDonald's.
NASCAR.
Yeah,
He has a future.
Sign him up.
If he can reach the pedals now,
Yeah.
he has a future in NASCAR. Hey, kid, More power to him.
Bill
Seven.
Elliott was right? McDonald's. Bill Elliott.
Oh yeah, Bill Elliott.
Hey, I got it right.
Got a good sponsor.
Hey!
Now it's Bubba Wallace.
7.
Now it's Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
It is okay.
So he's 7 years old. Either he's a big 7-year-old kid, or he was really stretching to
He
reach
was
those.
he was low riding it the whole time.
Yeah.
He was his whip, going.
Could you imagine driving past those kids on the road? Like, what in the world?
Little
9
people.
miles. How do you get mad at a kid? I go, wow, that's impressive, right? Like,
Agreed.
obviously, but and then he had the druthers of knowing how to start it and go.
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I'm impressed by because some of the starters now are weird with the
Well,
push
that's
button.
true.
and
I
everything.
did-
It's not just a good old key.
You're right. I did this, but nowadays you're right.
It's just a button.
probably-
Or he
But
just
you have
took
to
the keys and just went
You have
like
to have your
that.
foot on the brake and
Yeah.
Ratted on him and took his money. Took his money for the McDonald's and then ratted on him.
Ran up. All right. We have more Flash. Guess what? It's guaranteed right after this break. You go anywhere, you miss out. Don't do that.
But then you only had shots when you were out at the bar.
Emerging singer-songwriter Kat Ridgway has earned countless accolades as a fiercely independent artist. Congrats on your new album, Sprinter. I love it.
Thank you. It was a pretty big shift from the last record, and it feels a lot more aligned with the kind of music that made me want to make music in the first place.
I agree. I love the new indie rock style of the album. It's a big departure from your previous Americana.
This was the first time I was like, okay, but what's the record I want to make? And what makes me excited as an artist? And that's what I just dove into headfirst on this particular record.
You're out touring this spring in select cities across the country.
I am so excited. There's a lot more soundscaping going on. I've incorporated more looping with the band, and it is very, very cool.
Check out catridgway.com. Get the new album Sprinter. Check out Kat Ridgway and the Taurus on their spring tour in a city near you.
I really, really appreciate it.
Catch The Scene with Doreen every Wednesday at 38 past the hour, only on Daily Flash.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. You know, more Americans, they're demanding the products they buy just do more than one thing. Here's an example. Some people want their air fryers to, cook like 5-course meals and then give them a rub right after dinner, right? You know what I'm talking about? Just kidding on that. But here to talk more about it is Christine G. She is an investing reporter for Business Insider. Christine, this is interesting, I guess, because of the fact that we are technology comfortable, I guess we could say. And so we expect more out of the things that we buy. So let's talk about this trend about multifunctional products. You know, what's the most surprising, say, Swiss Army gadget that you've come across so far?
Thanks so much for having me
Certainly.
on the show, Mitch. So one of the most surprising things I've come across lately is I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the realm of pet accessories. There's like cat litter boxes or like places that like double as furniture. So at first glance, it looks like a really sleek like side table or furniture cabinet, but it's actually also a cat litter box, which I guess is great if you're in a small apartment and you're very space constrained and you want your cat litter box to do double duty.
I think so. And, a lot of times I think now that whole form over function kind of are melting together so far. And I can imagine that pet products are high on that list because of the fact that, first off, a lot of people, if you have a pet, you probably have disposable income to be able to buy things for them. And we want to. They're like a new child and that sort of thing. So no surprise for me at least, that pet products are way up there. There's something that you reported on. It's called the lipstick effect. And it's actually kind of now making a comeback. Explain what that is and why it's coming back.
Yeah, so the lipstick effect refers to a phenomenon where consumers might pull back on really big ticket events like a fancy international vacation, but they still want to treat themselves a bit, especially in times of an economic downturn. Budgeting is hard, it can be really discouraging, and retail therapy is a thing.
It is.
So what you do when you don't have like a lot of disposable income, but you still want to splurge a little bit means that you buy something like a small luxury item, such as lipstick. So the term was coined by the chairman of Estee Lauder, Leonard Lauder, in 2001, right after the dot-com crash and 9/11, when he noticed that a lot of people were buying lipsticks. There's an uptick in those sales. So I think it's definitely not a surprise that it's making a comeback with high inflation, concerns about a recession, And I found that now people are being really particular about the luxury items they splurge
Yeah.
on, even if it's a small splurge.
Well, you talk about that because we want multifunctional things, and in today's economy, buying a 3-in-1 lipstick is that considered budget friendly, or just maybe even clever marketing?
I think it can be a little bit both. So maybe some people are feeling the appeal of the minimalist product and, they do purchase less because they did buy a product that can do multiple things at once. But at the same time, if it's like a cool, shiny new gadget that you want to add to your collection, that's not exactly, a saving or the best way to like spend discretionary income if you're trying to save. So in a downturn, like companies that make their money selling these sorts of items don't want to lose out either. So they still have to, bring in income. So it could be a great marketing tactic as well.
Yeah, they have to be one better than their competitor. I can buy into that. But there are products out there that do too much and then end up not doing well at all. What about those?
Yeah, I feel like that's like definitely a pitfall companies can fall into. One product that I came across while reporting for this story was like 3-in-1 shampoo bars. I think I have pretty mixed feelings on those. Essentially, it looks like a bar soap. It's like shampoo in a really concentrated form. So the argument is that you can use it as, shampoo, conditioner, face wash. I think earlier, like a few years ago, people were really like there was a big joke about how men only use like 3-in-1 shampoo
Right.
conditioner, and maybe rightfully so, because I feel like some of those products are not like kind of at odds with each other. Like I want a really a cleansing shampoo, but maybe I want a more moisturizing conditioner.
It makes a lot of sense, and Christine, I'm guilty. I'm one of those that buy the 3-in-1 in my shower right now. This is interesting. I'd love to find out more, and actually our viewers at home can find out more. Thank you for joining us, Christine, and if you want to find out more about self-optimizing, you can head over to businessinsider.com. We'll also have this link in this interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
All right, Mitch, Japan now has an official Hello Kitty airport. The cartoon kitty-themed airport is actually a rebranding of an existing airport. It's been dubbed the Hello Kitty Airport in connection with a 2025 expo, which ends in October. I love Hello Kitty.
Do you
This
really?
could be really cool, I think. Yeah.
It's simplistic. The people that made the Hello Kitty, I can draw a Hello Kitty. That's what I'm excited. Maybe that's why.
Sanrio. I don't know. It's just something about childhood. Like I remember going to some of like the Hallmark store, and they would have a whole Hello Kitty section, and it was just so cool. Impractical. There was nothing you could really use, but it looked great on your desk.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of kitties and dogs and cats, we got great stuff coming up and furry friends with that Doolittle. Stick around.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Matt Doolittle with your weekly edition of Furry Friends, people. Well, here in Orlando, where we broadcast from, we have a mare with 4 paws and 4 fur. Lulu is celebrating his 8th birthday in a big way in downtown Orlando. This kitty cat is considered the unofficial mayor of Thornton Park, a neighborhood near downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
Lulu the cat turned 8, and the whole neighborhood was invited to celebrate. The profits are going to help local cat rescue organizations, but not everyone is purring with excitement. A new video revealed that some of Lulu's critics, including the dog-loving detractors, think he's more of a trespasser than a treasure. To them, I say you can bark off, because I participated on it this weekend. And they give you this little passport, and you go get a little punch thing where you go around, you can celebrate them. It's really cute. Yeah, it's super fun.
But see, Lulu, I think of as a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
It's a cat named Lulu. We pet him when we walk around all the time.
Thornton Park is sort of anything goes there.
Thornton Park's a little different.
Yeah.
All right, well, a pet raccoon with a meth pipe, that's right, folks, in its mouth caught the eye of Ohio cops during a traffic stop for a suspended license. Eagle-eyed officers noticed Chewy, the raccoon, sitting in the driver's seat, seamlessly making use of the drug paraphernalia after its owner, a 55-year-old Victoria Vidal, was detained. The officers then discovered meth, crack cocaine, and 3 used glass pipes in her car. Body cam footage showed the raccoon rooting around the car and putting the pipe to its snout. Oddly enough, you are allowed to own a raccoon in Ohio with proper permits, but not meth.
Wow.
This video is just amazing. I've always wanted a pet raccoon, but that little snitch.
Somebody, raccoons are very smart, but it had to know to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's seen its owner do it enough. If you saw her,
exactly,
it took some of her habits on.
Who's that Dave Chappelle character?
Raccoons are the next capuchin monkey.
A capuchin monkey, okay.
Who is that character that Dave Chappelle does all the time?
Ashley Larry?
Yeah. He's got the crack pipe, you know what I'm saying?
Ashley Larry is which color?
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're saying wrong.
So I know that we laugh about this, but it is very concerning when you think about animal welfare and why this woman's driving around with 2 pet raccoons in her car and how they know to put a crack pipe up to their mouth.
If you saw the video there, you saw how she looked like a hoarder inside of her car. The car was just packed with everything, including a raccoon.
I think there were 2 actually.
So look,
There are 2 raccoons in the car, I believe.
So you can just see how, like, there's something going on there. Hopefully,
And what's crazy is
something happened and gave her some help.
she's only 18.
That's only 18. She's on her way to school.
I just like if she goes to reach for it and they're like, no, ma'am, this is evidence now.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you're a police officer, I think you just wake up and go, I don't know what I'm walking into today.
Don't.
No.
It's a raccoon with a meth pipe.
Very nice.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs and don't
Stay in school, even though you're on your way to school and you look like an 8-year-old.
responsible raccoon owner.
Drugs do not do well for the aging process.
Not at all. Let's jump into some trending stories here. Former Today co-host Hoda Kotb is on the short list of candidates to replace possibly replace talk show host Kelly Clarkson if she decides to step away. Kotb, who actually stunned fans when she quit the Today Show back in January, is at the top of the list if Clarkson exits her daytime chat fest. Clarkson's contract up with NBC next year, and she's actually talked about her desire to move back home to the West Coast. Hoda was on the Maine coast for the Today Show for more than 7 years. She left to, quote, spend more time with her family. If you remember, she adopted a baby as well. And
2, I think.
2, yeah. So she became a mom and that sort of thing. And as mentioned, Kelly Clarkson saying they had moved her entire show out to New York. And there was always some rumors that she wasn't happy with like what she's doing. I think Hoda would be actually a great replacement.
Well, didn't Meredith Vieira do the same thing?
She had a show for a while,
wasn't
yeah.
she on the Today Show?
She certainly was for a long time.
And then she left, and I think that was to spend more time with family because she had a husband at home she wanted to take care of who had health issues. And then she got the game show, and then she got her own talk show. I'm wondering if for Hoda, it's the hours. Like, she just got tired of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which I get.
100%. It had to play into the factor of it. And I think that's why you don't see hosts on these shows, these live morning shows, last as long as they do, because it is brutal.
It's a grind,
I mean,
for sure.
They have a whole team of people to help them.
True.
But it is harder than one might think.
A highly anticipated Metallica concert at Virginia Tech's Lane Stadium wasn't just a performance, it was a seismic event. For Hokies, the opening chords of Enter Sandman have long been part of the soundtrack at their football games. An estimated 60,000 in the crowd created an unusual seismic reading. The Virginia Tech Observatory recorded ground tremors generated by the concert's energy.
Wow.
The minor seismic activity was quickly dubbed the Metallica quake online, posed no danger, and was too minor to register on the Richter scale.
It's I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
and then you're inside there, and my wife says it all the time. She goes, "I can't hear because I went to too many concerts growing up," and it doesn't like a badge of, but it's annoying to me. But anyway, when you're in there, your ears ring. If you go to a concert days after, it seems like.
Well, they've got the Bounce House here in Orlando, UCF, and Wisconsin, the Badgers. They do that whole jump around thing at a certain point, and the whole stadium is jumping up and down. And I'm thinking, what's
safe?
happening here? It's fun. I like it. We're back right after this.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
Yes, he is. I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends,
Woo.
tomorrow's talk.
Absolutely.
We got our great camera crew. We got our crew behind the scenes in the studio. And we also have our great crew of friends out there across the nation. And Matt Doolittle has his eye on our local friends.
We love our Daily Flash viewers. You can see us all over the world from our streamers on YouTube, thanks to Sweet Baby James, the American Forces Network, and of course our 219 great TV stations all over the country. If you want to check them out, head over to our website, at dailyflashshow.com. Click on the Where to Watch tab. Now, friends, we are shouting them out in WMNT in Toledo, Ohio.
Hey,
The Glass City. The Glass City.
It's Six Flags. They got a Six Flags up there, don't they? Near Toledo? No, that's what.
No, it's
I think
great.
it's a big roller coaster. I know you're right on that.
Wooden one, right?
Also, Shawshank Redemption, the prison is outside of Toledo where they shot that. I remember hearing about that. And then from MASH, Klinger was from Toledo.
Was he really?
Well, his character.
It also has the nickname Frogtown due to the abundance of frogs in the Great Black Swamp during the early days.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I love the Frogtown. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
So let's get on a campaign and get back to calling Toledo Frogtown.
Now, is there any connection to Frogger?
Yeah, you have to cross the street that way.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering.
I want to get a Morgan Freeman joke in there because of the Shawshank Redemption, but I don't have anything there.
That's okay.
All
I
right.
can't remember the name of the roller coaster place either. So.
Great. Google it for us and just yell it out. Figure it out.
Yeah.
As we do that, we are getting fatter and fatter. I am at least. Americans are. There is a new report out that actually is weighing in just about that nation's obesity rates. Looks like we do have a winner. West Virginia, actually. Congratulations to them. They topped the scale. Nearly 41% of adults are classified as obese. And, we joke about this, but this is actually a huge epidemic that's going around. Following very closely, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. They have about 38%. South always wins this.
It's where they like butter.
And if you want to, lots of it.
I like it thick.
And thick. On the other side of that, the healthier places is in Colorado at 24%, then Hawaii, Massachusetts, California, and New York, believe it or not.
Because
you walk everywhere.
I was just about to say that as well. So again, you're talking about some really, yesterday we were talking about that convention, the Fat Con.
Yeah.
It was in California, but this is something that, again, this speaks to that. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen, and it's been on social media, where it compares Americans in the early 1970s to Americans today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we look like we are from two completely different planets.
I have to look at
It's so crazy. And you think about the timing of that was pre-fast food restaurants, right?
Ooh, good point.
People were still kind of eating at home. They were making their own meals. Now, there were some people who were a bit overweight, but everybody was pretty slim, pretty trim. Exercise, PE was a part of everybody's growing up. You had to. You had no choice. You had to be in PE. And it's just a stark contrast.
The other eye-opener is if you go overseas anywhere
Yeah.
and you just can pick out the Americans, like, oh, I know where you're from.
There's a look. Isn't there? All right. Hey, look, and it goes to show you there's money to be made too in weight loss and like Ozempic and that sort of thing. So,
that is true.
So the big corporations are happy to hear that the obesity rates are so high.
I do remember doing a story at one of the theme parks here, and they said that they no longer stocked a big supply of extra small or small in T-shirts or clothing because so many people were extra large.
Couldn't fit in the
small.
So they had to make the chairs bigger too. I understand. All right, the amusement park in
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. That's it.
Cedar Point.
Thank you. You used to go there. You didn't know the
I
name?
forgot, man. Detroit to
What is it? The wooden roller coaster?
Yes,
Yes.
it's the largest wooden
What is it called?
roller
Like
coaster,
the Hurricane or something like that?
It's the tallest, I believe, because the
Tallest.
fastest is in Ohio, Kings Island, the Beast. That's
right.
Maybe that might be the
Maybe that's
longest.
what I
The other
was
one might be the
thinking.
fastest.
I was always fascinated to find out theme parks closed for parts of the year because I'm so used to our stuff that's open 365. And they're like, oh yeah, we're closed for the winter. I was like, what?
How do you do that right?
Yeah,
Out
right.
there as well.
All right, kids. Well, we got a lot more coming
Sure
up.
do.
Life Love Shopping. We're diving into some stuff that you love, you live, and you love to buy, and we're going to talk about it.
You're going to be able to get some great tips. It's going to help you in your life. We have so much more. Plus, today's trends and tomorrow's talk right here on Daily Flash.
Well, it's time for the back to school menu makeover. And joining us now is dietitian and mom Amanda Bleachman with simple, stress-free tips as kids head back to the classroom.
For me, breakfast on busy weekday mornings is really about two things. I'm looking for speed. Let's get out the door on time today. And I'm also looking for nutrition because it doesn't need to take a ton of time to put together a balanced breakfast. One of my favorites is actually a bowl of cereal. You can make it more nutrient dense by picking a lower sugar option, then pair it with some fruit and top it with a fortified plant-based milk alternative like Silk Kids or regular milk if that's your thing. I really love Silk Kids. It's developed with pediatricians and it's got nutrients that growing kids need, like protein for muscle health, vitamin D, and potassium. I also save myself a ton of time by prepping things in advance. I love to make these oat bars, pop them in the freezer, and then pull out whatever I need, warm it up, pair it with a glass of Silk Kids and some fruit, and you've just built a balanced breakfast in under 5 minutes. Now at lunchtime, it can be a little bit daunting to build a balanced lunchbox, so I tend to follow a simple formula. I'm looking for foods from all 5 food groups. I like to have a variety of flavors and textures, and I always add something fun to put a smile on my kids' faces. Today, we've got a turkey sandwich, so that has turkey from the protein group and bread from the grain group. Grapes are our fruit and crunchy carrots are our veggie. I've also got a couple of dairy options. So I mixed Greek yogurt with ranch seasoning. It's a great dip for the veggies. And these Danimal smoothies are so fantastic because they have calcium and vitamin D, 2 important nutrients for growing kids that actually most kids don't get enough of. So it's really nice and easy to get it in this small container. At snack time, my kids come home ravenous and ready to go. So I like to make an afternoon snack platter. You can mix and match for things that work for you. I also love that I get to choose what I'm serving, but my kids get to choose what they're picking. So it's a great independence booster for little ones. We've got some fruits and veggies, apple slices, grapes, carrots, celery. We've also got cheese and crackers, hummus for dipping, and then 2 Good & Co. pouches. These are great. They're made with real fruit, less sugar, and whole ultra-filtered milk. They're also great for on the go, so you can go from activity to activity and not miss a beat. And then for the little ones, I love these Happy Tot multigrain cookies. They're just so cute. They come in the most adorable shapes. They're crunchy, they're fun. They're also really yummy. If you dip them in the 2 Good & Co., you get to just squeeze out the pouch and dip away. If I could leave you with one piece of advice, it would be try not to stress too much about making every meal perfect for your kids. There's no such thing as perfect. We're all doing our best. It's about ease and balance and finding what works for you. And don't forget that a lot of ready-to-eat packaged foods can actually be just as nutrient dense as homemade. So use them in a way that can make your life easier. Now, to learn more about the products, you can visit each brand page. We also have a product locator if you're looking for them in stores. And for more nutrition information, you can follow me on Instagram at Amanda Bleckman.
Hey, this year, moms are taking a smarter, more strategic approach to learning at home by turning everyday play into brain-building moments. Mom lifestyle expert TV personality Megan Murphy is here with fun, affordable ways to keep kids learning at home.
I'm Megan Murphy, and it's back to school time. To help kids understand real-world issues, PlayStation launched a new experience called Climate Station, an educational app that teaches them about the impact of climate change. It's free to download on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation VR 2. Now's also the perfect time for new sneakers. Converse never go out of style. The Chuck Taylor All-Star Double Stack are great and come in high and low top cuts. The Converse Classic Trainer features a suede upper and comes in multiple colors. For tech, there's the 5-Star app, which helps kids scan handwritten notes to create digital flashcards and organize notes. There's also Prodigy, an immersive free-to-play game. It's curriculum-aligned and personalized for students in grades 1 to 8. And finally, Melissa and Doug creates developmental screen-free toys like their wooden vending machine that inspires kids to sort play food items, stock the vending machine, and make a selection. It's a fun way to teach cause and effect. For more, head to meganbmurphy.com.
Well, back to school season, guess what? It's here, and if you're looking for healthy and easy ways to keep your kids fueled during the day, you are in luck. Joining us today is registered dietitian and El Flash Latino host, Gisela Bouvier. She's here on behalf of the Healthy Family Project and their incredible food partners. Hey there, Gisela.
Hi, happy to be here.
Great. Back to school, such an important time. Nutrition, such a big deal as well. So tell us what you got going.
So I'm excited to be here with the Healthy Family Project because it's all about inspiring healthier families, and that mission really comes to life during back to school season.
Absolutely.
Together, their campaign partners are backing the Healthy Family Project Back to School campaign with a shared goal to inspire better habits and give back where it counts. Through a collective donation to the Foundation of Fresh Produce's K-12 programs, these brands are helping support nutrition education in schools across the country. Because when fresh thinking meets real collaboration, families win.
Absolutely, they do. And it's such an important thing, as we say. I love that. You actually brought some great examples of what it looks like in action. So let's dig in. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely. So let's start with breakfast.
Okay.
There's more and more studies that show when kids have a wholesome and well-nourished breakfast, they perform better at school, less absenteeism, and they behave better. So let's start off here with some whole grain toast, some sunflower seed butter, and then we've got these Bee Sweet Citrus Mandarins. Delicious, easy to peel, and has that immune-boosting vitamin C, and we're pairing it with some milk. And then here we have some whole grain cereal with some Consalo Family Farms blueberries, rich in antioxidants and fiber, and all you need to do is give them a quick rinse. These are sweet and delicious breakfast options for your kiddos.
Yeah, they have no idea that they're good for them.
Exactly.
Because it tastes so good.
Exactly.
I love this.
Exactly.
All right, what about school lunch? Can we feed our kiddos very nutritionally?
Absolutely. So you want to have a variety of options for them. The more options we give them, they're going to have more nutrient diversity. I like to recommend making sure you have a whole grain, a protein, a dairy, and then a fruit and veggie.
Okay.
So if your kiddo's more of a snacker, having a variety of snacks. Here we've got the Nature Fresh Farms Little Chills cucumbers. They're fresh, they're delicious and crispy. Pairing it with a little bit of ranch dressing so that it encourages them to eat it, right? And also it helps to absorb those nutrients because of that fat. So it helps to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. We're pairing it with some whole grain crackers and some yogurt, some egg, and some cheese. And then if they'd like more of a complete lunch, of course we have a turkey sandwich on whole grain, some grapes, and then we've got these delicious sunset sprinkles, little mini grape tomatoes. And notice that we put them in these little fun swords, again, making food fun.
That's what it is, yeah.
Exactly, encouraging them to eat fruits and veggies in a fun way.
The dipping sauce is really fun at lunchtime, I can imagine. All right. Kids come home from school. You want to make sure that they continue that great nutrition. They're usually hungry, too, by the time they get home. What do you suggest?
Absolutely. So whether you are having a snack at home or you're on the go maybe to their after-school activity, you want things that are convenient and quick, right? So here we have the Sunset Peppies mini peppers. These are seedless, so just give them a quick rinse. They're delicious. And then pair them with the Yo Quiero grab-and-go dips. They have bean dip, guacamole, white dips, corn and salsa. They're so good. And then again, we're pairing it. That dipping that we were just talking about, this is a great way to enjoy it and to really have fun with it.
Absolutely.
And then here we've got the Del Monte fresh fruit. These are already cut up for you, or they have these convenient snack packs that have that grain and that cheese, or you can have the fruit, pair it with some cheese and some nuts, complete snack and delicious.
Kids will grab it, easy to do. Then we get to dinner. Tell us about the options there.
So I love the saying, cook once, eat twice.
Yeah.
And we can do that with the Schumann Farms Real Sweet Onions. We've added that to the ground beef and then pairing it with some rice and some veggies, making a nice complete dinner. And what we're doing with those Vidalia onions is that we're really adding some sweetness and some nutrition, whether it's to soups, stews, stir fries, whatever it is, adding some onions is gonna really come a long way.
Vidalia is my favorite too. Great ideas, all very practical. Really, really good stuff here. Thank you.
Well, and since 2014, the Healthy Family Project Back to School campaign has raised over $220,000 for organizations that fund nutrition education in K-12 schools. For more family-friendly recipes and tips, go to healthyfamilyproject.com.
Hey, whether you're thinking about your very first run or getting back into a routine, to take that first step, Nike understands that every runner is different, which is why its latest road running lineup is designed to support every lifestyle, stride, and mindset. Here with more is Nike Running Global Head Coach Chris Bennett.
I think it starts with owning your fitness. And what I mean by that is being supportive and proud of the person you are today, because that's the one that has to do the run. It's not about who you were 6 months ago. It's not about who you're going to be 6 months from now. It's about who you are today. And then just know what the purpose, the real purpose of a first run is, which is to just end it wanting to do a next run. So keep it short, keep it easy, and you'll keep coming back to new starting lines. A running product is really simple, but really essential, because its goal is to help you have a better run. So we'll start with the most important piece of product, which is your shoes, okay? So what you're gonna wanna look for there is something that helps you have a better run. Now, Nike Road Running Series has a number of great shoes, and they all have distinct benefits kind of geared towards something that all runners love, which is cushioning. If you're looking for product, I would check nike.com/running. And if you're looking for help on a first run or your fastest run, just download the Nike Run Club app, and we've got guided runs where I can meet you on that starting line.
Hey, back to school season is upon us, and lifestyle editor Joanne Butler joins us with the must-have tech buys you need to win in life right now. Welcome, Joanne.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
So, Joanne, tell us about the HP OmniBook.
It's amazing. It's the OmniBook 5 series with Snapdragon. This is a powerhouse that packs incredible AI performance into this backpack-friendly frame, works for up to 34 hours unplugged, has an integrated HP AI companion that summarizes notes, drafts, essay outlines, no extra apps are needed, has a super fast charging speed that can sprint up to 50% battery in about 30 minutes. It's eco-friendly too, made with recycled aluminum, so amazing. Also from HP, great for busy families. This is the Smart Tank 5101 all-in-one printer. It comes with up to 2 years worth of ink and prints beautiful, vibrant color. Great for non-stop printing. Set up super easy with the HP Smart app. Plus, to beat the summer slide ahead of back to school, you can print out these new bite-sized lessons. They're science-backed, kid-friendly, printable placemats. Great for getting creative around the table. I love it.
Why should we consider Norton? Can you tell us about it?
Yes. Well, according to cyber safety brand Norton, 1 in 4 children in the U.S. have experienced cyberbullying. And it's not just happening on social media, Matt. It's showing up in text messages, group chats, and even classroom apps. 36% of kids say they've found ways around screen time limits. And nearly 1 in 5 parents have caught their child sharing private info with strangers online. So scary stuff. So we've partnered with Norton to help build, stronger digital habits for families and set healthy boundaries across their devices. And Norton has a ton of great tools to make it easy, like Norton Family. It helps manage their screen time. Norton Genie verifies suspicious messages. And you know what? 84% are warning aging parents, too, about scams. So it's not just kids, according to the Avast Safe Tech report. But many aren't listening or fully understand the risks. So now's a great time to do a tech check-in with your entire family and make sure everyone is safe. And you can learn more about that at norton.com and avast.com.
Thanks again, Joanne. We'll make sure we have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It's an intense, chilling, and emotional thriller that challenges audiences. The burning question: how far could you go?
Oh, okay.
This is today's must-watch movie, The Long Walk.
I'm Ray Garrity. You can call me Ray.
Prima Freeze.
Hank Olson's the name. Walking's my game.
I ain't many that are built like me. I'm the last of my kind.
We did the very first long walk years ago to inspire everyday people.
Smile, boys. You're on candid camera.
Man, you gotta not think about the things out of your control. Think about your plan.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
You'll never find another like me. I'm the last of my kind.
Bert, warning. Okay, just keep walking.
That's right.
Just keep walking.
Yeah,
that's it, kid. That's it.
Second warning.
Third warning.
It takes heavy sack to sign up for this contest. I'm not gonna go through the whole rule book, but it boils down to this. If you fall below the speed of 3 miles per hour, you get your ticket. Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of this. This is walk or die.
Warning. You'll walk as long as you can.
Warning.
But sometimes the body won't listen.
Warning.
For some, your heart will stop.
Warning.
For others, your brain.
Warning.
And the blood will flow suddenly.
Warning. Warning.
There's one winner.
Warning.
And no finish line.
Interesting. Stephen King, you know that's good. That does it for our show.
Yep, be good, everybody. For more information, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. We'll see you next time.